Okay, rightio, let's jump into this video today. So you're here because you're intrigued by the title, how to become a winner or how to get better at winning. Now, it's a very serious question and it's a very serious answer because it can be applied to all sorts of things outside of lawn bowls. It can be applied to business, can be applied to relationship, can be applied to basically anything in your life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the process as to how it worked for me exactly. So I started playing the game in 1995. I'd come from a background of, my dad was a racing car driver. He was a very successful race car driver. Actually, in 95, he won the Jacko Award for Australian Super Sedans, which is the most consistent driver in Australia. And one thing he instilled in me and taught me as a young fella is that I had to see something in my mind before I actually did it. Yeah, so what Dad used to talk about was before the race, he would actually play the race in his mind as to how it would actually pan out or how it would finish. He'd see himself in detail racing the race and passing the cars and doing all this sort of stuff. But I think the moral of the story was he would see himself winning. And he was a very successful racing car driver. So I think one learning from that is that in order for you to be something, there's always a lag or an elastic period in between where you are actually not at that standard as of yet. So I can sort of take you back to when I was a kid playing football and playing sport. I was sort of lucky enough to have achieved quite a lot through the years as a young sort of footballer, sort of winning best and fairest and playing in a local reps team and stuff like that. That belief is absolutely everything. You need to believe at a core level, 100%, 120%, you need to believe that you will win, that it is a right for you to win. Now, the big problem with that is we don't start there. We feel when you first do something for the very first time or second time or 100th time or 150th time, if that core belief isn't there, what happens is your paradigm, which is your unconscious mind, which is you at your core sort of spiritual level, your internal belief system. What happens is if you do not believe 100% that you are meant to win that game or win that championship or win that title, is that a counter mechanism can actually kick in, which is called self-sabotage, which is called anxiety, which is called nervousness mid-game. So if you're the type of person that has gone through championships and you might play the first round, just play awesome and win, play the second round, play awesome and win, play the third round, play okay and win, play the fourth round, sort of getting into territory where you haven't been before and your game starts to decline, then that is a telltale sign that your paradigm at a subconscious level does not meet the expectations of what your conscious is trying to achieve. So self-sabotage kicks in. And if you keep, playing through tournaments and getting up to this period, and it's the same with business, the same with life, same relationships, you can get to sort of a certain period in a relationship where, bang, the mechanism kicks in, it doesn't match the paradigm of you being happy, and you just self-sabotage and you blow it to pieces. So anyway, so if you get to a certain period in a tournament and you find that your game just goes away in terms of like you might play like a freak in the first half of the tournament and then you get to the second half where you have never sort of got before and your game just completely drops off, then that is the number one sign, a telltale sign that your unconscious mind is programmed for you to be a fourth round player rather than a championship winning player. So what I'm really getting at in this video is that there are ways for you to rewire, recondition your unconscious mind, your higher self, not your higher self, but yeah, it's your unconscious mind, it is your paradigm, it is your program that runs you as a person. So if you break yourself up into pieces, you've got programs running constantly for everything. For absolutely everything, the way that you speak, the way that you interact with people, the way that you conduct yourself in business, the way that you treat money, in terms of some people just can't hold money, they just spend money, just get rid of it, and that's because the paradigm is that they're not supposed to have money. Yeah, so there are things that you can do to improve this. And this is what I'm really getting at. I'm going to release how you actually rewire yourself, because I think this is a very important piece of the puzzle that you guys don't have. So in the description of this video, you'll see a link. And if you click on that link and you jump through to the landing page and you whack in your email address, within the next week, I'm going to send you a private URL, small short course. It'll be just one video that will actually teach you directly how to rewire and recondition your unconscious mind, so that instead of self-sabotaging in these moments, that you will play in peak performance mode and you will play as good as you need to win that game and or championship. There is one catch. It will take effort. It will take time to train yourself to so that you're basically so that you can rewire yourself and recondition your paradigm. It will take effort. I had to go through this process, and every successful sports person has either gone through this process naturally, in terms of because it is something that is inherently being built in them through their habits, or they've been taught this through someone that has done it before and knows that this stuff works. So Nevroda, like the video, share the video if you feel that it adds value to you. But the most important thing is go down to that link. All I'm asking for is your email address. I've put huge amounts of value out into the market for a long period of time. I've never asked for anything. But basically what I'm trying to do is just build a bit of a list that I can directly communicate with. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I've got some pretty awesome stuff that I'm going to actually be releasing in the next 6 months, and this is the first stage of doing that. We're going to kick the bar up from the shooter stance, from the technical, through to let's program ourselves, let's be the best person we can possibly be, and this also applies to any sport. This isn't just bowls, this isn't just racing cars. This is, if you want to be more successful at anything in your life, then you need to hit that. You need to go down to that link and whack in your email address, because I'm going to show you how to do it. And then you are going to share that with other people, because it's going to be some of the best content that you've ever seen in terms of raw material, because this stuff works. Outside of bowls, I just built $1 million business in 2.5 years from scratch with zero capital, doing just this. So Nevroda, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It's well worth it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.